When texting, a driver increases the risk of a crash by just over 23 times compared to a non-distracted driver. And the explanation of the findings as you read through this, just to kind of paraphrase it, basically says that we increase our risk of a crash when we break eye contact with the roadway. And the greater risk, or the greater increase of the risk of crash, is when we break eye contact and then we're distracted by a device. So it dramatically increases the risk of a crash. I think, especially when we're looking at the younger driver, that they have become so incredibly comfortable at texting as a form of communication that they don't even perceive it as a distraction anymore. My oldest child's 13, so I'm constantly aware of the example that I set for them when we're driving around, and the way that I drive and the things that I do while I drive. You know, I know that she's constantly aware of that, and hopefully I'm setting a good example for her so that she'll take that into her driving experience too. Yeah, there's no doubt that is the worst part of our job, and unfortunately a necessary part of the job. It's still difficult to respond to that crash scene and do the investigation of that crash and know that that driver made an error that was the main contributing factor to that crash, and then later having to speak with the family and tell the family that their loved one made a mistake, and that mistake cost their loved one their life. I mean, that is difficult to do. Having done it for my entire professional adult life for 23 years, it's still not easy. You know, it's an emotional thing for us because we care about people.